North Dakota Fighting Hawks hockey is going down.
The keys to a long, happy marriage don't normally start in a parking lot.
We go an hour early, usually to get our parking spot or near our parking spot. And we'll sit there and just talk about things.
Central Caleb Johnson will get his.
And we listen to the pregame.
But when you've been together more than half a century, there are no rules.
We don't say much, usually.
Just ask Shelby and Steve Harken.
We've been married 52 years.
Since meeting in 1970, this is their weekend routine.
Wintertime is pretty bleak in North Dakota unless you have something to do.
That something is North Dakota hockey.
It has given us a lifetime of entertainment.
And memories.
Even during those brutal North Dakota winters, you can almost guarantee Shelby and Steve will be in the stands cheering on their team.
I would guess since 1978 we have maybe missed 10 games. And we've made up for that by going to road games.
So in section 105, row C, seats 1 and 2.
Come on, Gaber, you haven't scored in a while.
There sit Shelby and Steve. Every home game.
We try to get behind the goals so we can kind of get that goalie experience and see the scoring and that kind of thing.
Growing up in St. Paul, Steve's passion for hockey began while playing goalie. Years later, that's how this love story with Shelby and UND formed.
I came up here in October of 1970. I was stationed at the air base, and I met some guys there that had never skated, never knew how to skate, and they were interested in learning. And so we went and bought them skates, and so we started going to the Purple Arena once a week on Sunday for open skating, or family skating they called it back then. And that's where I met Shelby. I was teaching guys how to skate.
He asked if I wanted to go to a hockey game. Oh, sure. And so our first date was Gophers and Sioux in the barn. We had a good time. We've been going to games ever since.
Marriage is about compromise, but it didn't take long for Steve to realize Shelby's team was going to become his team too.
She won me over.
Yeah.
It may not be your typical weekend plans, but when you've been together for more than half a century, they're happy to know that this is something they can still do together.
Those are our memories, yeah, and that's what makes it fun.
5 decades later, with more than a dozen Frozen Four trips and a handful of national titles, North Dakota hockey has brought Shelby and Steve even closer.
It's been a fun part of life. We've gone to places we'd never go, for any other reason.
Like each game, every piece of North Dakota memorabilia in their Manville home holds a story.
I got into collecting hat pins for the Frozen Four, and we've been to 14 of them. This probably is the oldest Sioux memorabilia that I own. It's a jacket I purchased in about 1970, and it's only been worn a half a dozen times in all those years, and I usually wear it during the championship games. So I'll put it on, and it didn't bring me any luck back in 1970, but in the '87 she got Tony Harkens to sign it. It's kind of fading a little bit, so she don't wear the jacket too often anymore.
I don't think many people probably have one of these. I really liked Jason Blake. I liked his determination and whatever, and his kid's kind of that way too.
Not only has she cheered on UND since she was just 4 years old,
Primarily work with a variety of online systems.
Shelby has spent the last 6 decades working on campus as a librarian.
I had one set aside I was going to show you, and I have mixed it up, I'm afraid.
Giving her more than enough time to build up as many things as she can.
Being a professional cataloger that
You'd think
she
I'd
is.
be in order, but I'm not. Well, see, I did. I used to put them in folders, but no, I would keep, we're going to the Frozen Four or the Frozen Face-Off. I'd keep newspapers like that, just in case we won. And then there were years when we'd go and it was awful. Then I'd throw it away. And a bobblehead in a pot.
The most important part of the collection? The memories from decades of nights at the rink with her true love.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The Harkens may not be the loudest of the 11,000 fans inside the Ralph, but their dedication and love for the program is undeniable,
We're consistent.
Yeah. We're there.
even if they wouldn't say they're UND's biggest fans.
We're there, we're cheering, we're always there.
We're fans. We may not be fanatical, but we're fans.
Yeah.
After taking the last few years off of traveling because of the pandemic, Shelby and Steve are resuming their tradition of Frozen Four appearances this year. They already have their tickets booked in April for Tampa, whether North Dakota is there or not. Now, you may have seen the Harkens at other North Dakota events besides just hockey. They also like to cheer on football and basketball. Their daughter Stephanie was even a cheerleader at UND. So mixed in with all of those newspaper clippings that Shelby has collected over the years are pictures of Stephanie representing the Kelly green and black.
This has been Midco Sports Magazine, presented by Build Your Base with Beef Sports Nutrition and Training Program.